What's up, guys? Adam here. Welcome back to my channel. Before we start this active recovery session, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and also find me on Instagram. I also have some interesting news to ttell you. I have started going back to the SAF Athletics Center on the university campus where I work. I've been going here for about 15 years, and I'm still going to go to New Beginnings because they have a lot of great equipment like a deadlift bar that the Langell just doesn't have. So I'm actually going to rotate between two gyms. The Langell has recently gone through some renovations, and one thing that blew me away was this right here. So this was a racquetball court that they finally converted into another weight room, and I have been asking for a couple of good power racks and a real platform for doing Olympic lifts. So I'm happy that finally after 15 years, they're getting some new stuff in there, and the gym is just going to be that much better. And in addition to the downstairs weight room, they've also renovated the upstairs and put a lot of new cardio gear in there, machines. I don't use machines that often, but the cardio equipment is definitely a nice addition. And one thing that I love to use is the recumbent bike. And I will do 20 minutes of recumbent bike, and I keep the RPMs above 80 the entire time. I was always told that the proper cadence was between 80 and 100 RPMs. So after bike, I will start the actual active recovery, stretching, mobility session. And this part of the session takes me about 45 minutes, so it's quite involved. And I start with a top-down approach. So shoulders is first, and it involves band work. So here's the mini red, and I start off with 3 cycles. So 10 reps of band pullovers, 10 reps of band pull-aparts, and then 10 reps of a band pec deck or just a standing fly. And so that's a total of 30 reps, and I'll do that for 3 total cycles. After band work, I get into some behind the neck press work. Usually I use PVC or a broomstick. I couldn't find one here, so I grabbed the 25-pound bar, and it's still light enough that I can get a lot of work in. Shoulder health for me is a top priority. Most of my exercises are all pressing movements, Olympic lifts, so proper shoulder flexibility is crucial for me. I will do 3 total sets of this, and I don't worry too much about the reps. I go by feel. I change the hand position on the bar throughout the entire movement, and I just get that burn. And it's a great burn in your, not only your shoulders, but your traps as well. And by the time I'm done, my shoulders feel like $1,000,000. Once my shoulders and pecs are good and stretched, I will start the floor work, and I do band-assisted pancake stretches. It's a great movement for me, and I'll pull on that band and try and get down as far as I can, and it's a great stretch. My hamstrings, my adductors, low back, even my upper back. It's definitely one of my go-to stretches. Then I will get into some ankle mobility work, some ankle rotations, inner and outer. Again, so important for me to have flexible ankles for squatting and for doing the Olympic lifts. And I'll do 3 sets of each foot before moving on to the squat mobility work. With the exception of box squats or bench squats or dumbbell work, full depth ass to grass squats are the only thing that I do, and I have done them for 30 years. It's been a key for me for longevity, for staying mobile and flexible, and I would recommend this to anyone. But sitting in that deep squat position can be a problem for a lot of people if you have ankle mobility issues or tight calves. So I have a little progression exercise that you can do, and this goes out to a friend of mine, Allison Williams-Morris. She has an excellent channel, by the way, that I suggest you all check out, but she tells me that she has tight calves from years of running.
There's nothing better than running in the ocean.
So if you have something that you can elevate your heels with, and the height can be what you need, that can be a 25-pound plate, 10-pound plate. If you're home, it can be a couple of books or even a couple of frying pans. Just something to get your heels elevated that you can eventually do this. Get to the point where you can start on the balls of your feet and then just sit back on your heels. Is a great progressive exercise to help with ankle mobility and tight calves. And eventually, with some work, you will be able to just sit in this squat position without even starting on the balls of your feet. And that is one of my active recovery routines. If you found this helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. Throw me a comment and stay tuned for episode 82 of The Ways.